It seems like an age since I was last on the allotment, and looking at the weeds in here, they confirm it was. This here was supposed to be the leek bed, but it's got neglected. I mean, I preach every time I mention onions, they'll have to be kept weed free, alliums and that, and I've totally neglected my advice. The weeds have grown and I've paid the price. It's knocked the leeks right back. In fact, looking at them now, they're no good. So I'm in two minds whether to rip them out completely and write them off. I've got an infestation of mare's tail in this bed anyway, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because I'll be mixing up glyphosate weed killer, and I'm going to weed kill that because that's the only way I can get rid of this mare's tail. Anyway, I'll just pick you up and show you around a bit closer what the damage is. As you can see, this is disgraceful for a leek bed. I've just started clearing this area out. That's how much weeds I've got out, if you can see in those two buckets. And the leeks, well, it's no good at all. So I'll clear it off, leave them for a day or two, and see how they do fare, but I don't know much hope. There's the mare's tail there, as you can, it's horrible stuff, that is. Horrible stuff. Once that gets hold of you, it's difficult to get rid of it. Anyway, I'm going to crack on, see what I can do to clear this up. Not sure if I was kidding myself or what by leaving the stalks of the leeks in. There's no way they ain't going to grow. So the inevitable is going to happen. I'm going to rip them out, weed kill it, leave it a few weeks, and then I'll top dress it with manure and cover it like the rest of these allium beds. We have had quite a lot of rain in the last couple of days, and it's made weeding much easier. The weeds come out. So I'm taking advantage and moving into the brassica bed now. All that's left now really in here is the sprouts along the back, as you can see. Some of them need tying in. And I've down the front here, I've got some Celeriac still going. These have been held back a bit because they've just choked up with weeds, so I've cleaned them out. And also, it's wise to remove the foliage from around the bottom. Let the light and air get round to it, and they'll actually benefit from that. That's the Celeriac done, more or less this bed. I've still got one or two little cabbages as well. But if you look on the sprouts, apart from the mess left by the whitefly, I've got sprouts already forming on that. And really, I like these to be a little bit lighter, but beggars can't be choosers. At least we're going to get something. It's most noticeable now that during the day the temperatures are dropping quite a lot. That's an indicator to me that the garlic will be ready to go in soon. So what I've done the last half an hour or so is sorting the actual garlic cloves out that have been in storage. I've already done my standard garlic here, and I'll be picking the best cloves out there to plant, and the rest will be used for eating. I'm just in the process now of doing the elephant garlic. So that's a nice selection to choose from the conventional garlic and also the elephant garlic. For the recent Malvern Autumn Show, I purchased some bulbs. I've got some daffodils here, these are called Tahiti. And in here I've got 3 alliums, these are called Ambassador. These are going to be planted around the back garden primarily. And here I've got a big bag, these are Dutch iris. These are from my mate Nick, from Nick's Allotment. He's got a marvellous display on his plot. And I'll be planting these in groups around the garden, and any surplus will be going over on the allotment. Now for planting bulbs, I'm normally a regimental planter, but for bulbs, they're reckoning planting in odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7 and that. And I'll be popping these just in little dots around the border, and hopefully springtime we'll have a good show. Because the alliums and big plants, I'm doing those individually. And now I've just dug a hole out there. That's about 6 inches deep, 15 centimetres. That come out quite easy because the soil has got plenty of humus in when I actually revamp the borders. So that soil's ready now. I'm just going to add a little bit of cow manure in the bottom, mix that in, and then pop the bulb in. I've got some cow manure here. I'm just going to pop that in, just lightly mix that round. That's it. And then just place the bulb, the allium, right around the top. And I've just got to fill that in with the soil back again. Like all alliums, need a free draining soil. The soil in here is a bit wetter than I'd like it to be, although we have had quite a lot of rain just recently. So besides adding the cow manure, I've got some grit that I'm going to mix in as well. Well, the bulbs are all planted now. I've got the alliums in, and also with the daffodils, I planted them in 3-4 groups, and them have been dotted around the various areas of the garden. So a quick cover up with the wood chip, and nobody knows we've been there. With the Dutch Irishes, I didn't plant those straight into the border. Instead, I put them in some pots there, covered them with gravel, and I'll probably be planting those out later in the spring. Looking at these colours now, you can see the autumn is coming, or the fall, wherever you are in the world, and the golden colours are just lovely. Well, we're still on the theme of bulbs, corms and that. These are a few gladioli, well not a few, quite a lot actually, and these was kindly donated to me by my mate Mick Pulteney, surplus to his requirements. These won't be going out yet. Instead, they'll be going into the greenhouse and covered up, kept dry, frost-free, and they'll be planted in the spring. Another little job I've just done is tied the Brussels sprout plants into the stakes. Don't know whether it's me or what, but it seems more so than ever there's an infestation of whitefly. In fact, I've just watched a video of Steve over in Digwell. He's got his portable vacuum cleaner sucking him up, and it did do quite a good job actually, but I don't think my wife would let me do that. Some decent sized spreads coming on. Unusual for an F1 variety. These are called Crispus. F1s tend to crop at very, very similar times to each other, but I'm glad to say these are all at different stages. Like that one in there is more or less, well, ready for picking now. So hopefully these are going to last me for a good few months, definitely well over to Christmas. Well, I was having a tidy around in the Brussels sprouts. There's still 2 or 3 cabbages hanging on for the dear life, so I've just picked one. And after tidying a few leaves off, it's a decent size, and that'll give us a meal once it's been cleaned up. I'm just having a clear up in the allotment greenhouse now. The blight has arrived with vengeance, and it's give the plants a real good battering, but really I can't complain. The door's open and the window's open all the time, and blight has been around on the side for a good 4 to 6 weeks now, so these are done well. Still quite a few fruits I could probably salvage, although to be honest I'm not all that bothered. I've had more than my fair share off here, so the main objective now is to get this out and clear it completely. I recently watched a video from Alan from the Dawn Chorus, and he's done exactly the same thing. Done a really good job clearing his greenhouse out, but more importantly, he's insulated it, and that's something I really need to consider for here, because the point I'm on the allotment site, it's the lowest, and it does get all the cold and the mist. We've got a stream nearby, and this will get the mist hanging around, and it is very, very cold, this area, but whether I'll get round to doing it, that's another thing. I'm actually started clearing the peppers and the chilies out now at the moment. This is the last lot I've got round so far. I must say I'm very, very happy with this. It's been a good season all round for these things. It is a shame when you rip them out, but I can't be bothered to overwinter the plants at all. It's a bit too much bother for me, so I'll take them out and grow new next year, but I'll see what I can salvage out of these. That's about it for the moment for this one. I'm going to carry on and hopefully get this done today. Many thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon in the next one. Bye for now.